Hi, this is Father Joe Cisetti. Thank you for joining me once again. It comes as a surprise to many Americans to learn that in Mexico, in the first part of the 20th century, there was one of the fiercest persecutions of the church since the time of the Roman Empire. Churches were closed, the faith was essentially outlawed. Priests, religious, laity were killed. It was a very dire and a very difficult time. It also was a time of great heroism. And one of these heroes is Blessed Miguel Augustine Pro. He was a young Jesuit. He was born in 1891, and then as a young man, he joined the Jesuits. Already the situation there was difficult, and so he continued his training in the United States, in Spain, in Nicaragua, and in Mexico. And he had health issues, and yet he was known for his very deep prayer life and also for his deep joy and for his humor. He was ordained a priest and returned to Mexico in 1926. Shortly after his arrival, this persecution of the church really intensified greatly, and he had to function underground. And so he had a number of disguises. He might go out as a very well-dressed man about town, or he might go out as a street cleaner and then visit people, celebrate the sacraments, and offer them hope in difficult times. Now, he knew what was going to happen, and eventually it did happen. He was caught, he was arrested, he was condemned to death without a trial. On the day of his execution, outside the compound, someone stood knocking at the gate with a stay of execution, but they would not let that person in. They did, however, bring in a photographer because they wanted to record the cowardice of this priest. Well, they were disappointed. When he was brought to his place of execution, he knelt, prayed quietly. He refused a blindfold, facing his executioners with a crucifix in one hand and a rosary in the other. He held out his arms, outstretched, like the crucified Christ, and said, "May God have mercy on you. May God bless you. Lord, you know that I am innocent. With all my heart, I forgive my enemies." Before the firing squad, just before the firing squad was ordered to shoot, he cried out, "Viva Cristo Rey! Long live Christ the King!" And he was killed. 40,000 people attended his funeral, and 20,000 were there at the cemetery. He was beatified by St. John Paul II in 1988. In the beatification homily, St. John Paul II said, "Neither suffering nor serious illness, nor the exhausting ministerial activity frequently carried out in difficult and dangerous circumstances could stifle the radiating and contagious joy which he brought to his life for Christ, and which nothing could take away. Indeed, the deepest root of self-sacrificing surrender for the lowly was his passionate love for Christ and his ardent desire to be conformed to him, even unto death." He gives us a marvelous example of being prayerful and joyful, even in difficult times. May he always assist us with his prayers and inspire us with his example, and in the difficult moments of our lives, may we also cry out, "Viva Cristo Rey!" Blessed Miguel Augustine Pro, pray for us.